Valentine's Day to Memorial Day, but we started seeing allergy pollen counts go up right after Christmas.
Yeah, it is not your imagination. This is allergy season. It started early and it's sticking around. Tonight, we're going to show you some new options for relief.
10 News at 6 starts right now.
Allergies, I know so many of you are suffering right now, and there's a good reason why. The season started earlier this year.
Yeah, and it is worse than ever, especially if you're allergic to pollen. Take a look at this map. It gives you real-time pollen counts from across the country. Areas like the Northwest and New England have pretty low pollen counts right now, but take a look at Florida. Yeah, we're in the red. We're in the red, the entire state in the high category. 10 News reporter Jenny Dean spoke with an allergist about the newest treatments that could help bring you relief.
Dust, trees, grass, pollen, horses.
Victoria Roberts has suffered from allergies for years.
I actually grew into them when I was in my late 20s. And around like 31, they got really bad because I break out in hives like every day. So that's when I came to the allergist, and she told me I have a long list of allergies.
Victoria decided to get weekly shots. She's been on them for 4 months and is already seeing a significant improvement.
Now I'm starting to build a tolerance, so I can miss a Zyrtec and not break out in hives.
Dr. Ami DeGala says shots are still the best way to battle allergies, but if you're scared of needles, new treatments are coming along, like sublingual immunotherapy,
which is allergy tablets or drops placed under the tongue. But that one is only FDA approved for grass, ragweed, and then the recent news is that FDA approved it for dust mites.
And if you have asthma, there's new options for you as well. A shot you could get once a month.
The injections are called Nucala or Syncare. It targets eosinophilic allergic asthma and is shown to be very helpful to help treat asthma and allergies.
You want to see how bad it is? Just look at your car. And if you really hate the doctor's office, there are natural ways to help relieve your symptoms.
Avoid being outdoors from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. You can run your errands after it rains. That's when the pollen counts are typically less. Also, showering immediately after you've come home from being outdoors.
But for Victoria, seeing the doctor was the right thing to do.
I wish I did this like 5 years ago.
In Pinellas Park, Jenny Dean, 10 News, WTSP.
And Jenny did that perfectly, spelling out help on the car because there's so much pollen on the hood.
Everybody's seeing that right now,
It's
yeah.
bad out there.
And the forecast is going to stay high. It usually starts around Valentine's Day, first or second week of February, goes through March, and then things will actually start to get a little bit better. It's obviously springtime. Take a look at the forecast. Now, you think of big flowers, bright, beautiful flowers, you know, with pollen, the bees are doing that. That pollen is actually larger and doesn't spread as much. It's the trees and the grasses that have very fine pollens, and those can get picked up by the winds and get spread a lot, and that's what we normally see here. So cedar, juniper, nettle, and oak. And oak is one of the major ones. Pine will get in there as well, too. That's the big yellow one more than anything else. It's going to stay in the high range. One good thing is the wind's coming down. I'll talk about that. But, you know, if you want to talk about things that you can do to get a little bit better, well, basically, you can change your clothes when you come in. That's what we were just talking about. Because you carry that pollen in with you. Take a shower before you go to bed. Avoid 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's when the levels are the highest. Close the windows, of course, your house and your car. Use recirculate in the car. Use pollen removing air filters and change those a lot. This is a cool one. Wear large sunglasses. It's not going to block it completely, but it will help a little bit to keep your eyes from watering. And then watch children for asthma because they can develop asthma over this. And here's a cool one. Eat local honey because you can eventually somewhat develop a little bit of a tolerance to the local allergens.